I'm what you call a collector of bootleg Pokemon games. Pokemon Diamond and Jade, Chaos Black, etc. It's amazing the frequency which you can find them at pawn shops, Goodwill, flea markets, and such. They're generally fun even if they are unplayable, which they often are. The mistranslation and poor quality make them unintentionally humorous. I've been able to find most of the ones that I've played online, but there's one that I haven't seen any mention of. I bought it at a flea market about 5 years ago. Here's a picture of the cartridge in case anyone recognizes. Unfortunately, when I moved 2 years ago, I lost the game, so I can't provide you with any screen caps. Sorry. The game started with the familiar Nidorino and Gengar intro of Pokemon Red and Blue. However, the press start screen had been altered. Red was there, but the Pokemon did not cycle through though. It only said black version under the Pokemon logo. Upon selecting new game, the game started the Professor Oak speech, and it quickly became evident that the game was essentially Pokemon Red version. After selecting your starter, if you looked at your Pokemon you had in addition to Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, another Pokemon would appear named Ghost. The Pokemon was level 1 and at the sprite of the ghosts that are encountered in Lavender Town before obtaining Silph Skull, it had one attack, Curse. I know that there is a real move named Curse, but the attack didn't exist in Generation 1, so it appears it was hacked in. Defending Pokemon were unable to attack Ghost. It would only say that they were too scared to move. When the move Curse was used in battle, the screen would cut to black. The cry of the defending Pokemon would be heard, but it was distorted, played at a much lower pitch than normal. The battle screen would then reappear and the defending Pokemon would be gone. If used in a battle against a trainer, when the Pokeballs represented their Pokemon would appear in the corner, they would have one fewer Pokeball. The implication was that the Pokemon died. What's even stranger is that after defeating a trainer and seeing Red receive $200 for winning, the battle commands would appear again. If you selected Run, the battle would end as it normally does. You can also select Curse. If you did, upon returning to the overworld, the trainer sprite would be gone. After leaving and re-entering the area, the spot where the trainer had been would be replaced with a tombstone like the ones at Lavender Town. The move Curse was not usable in every instance, however. It would fail against ghost Pokemon for one. It would also fail if it was used against trainers that you knew you would have to face again, such as your rival or Giovanni. It only would be usable in your final encounter against them. However, I figured this was the gimmick of the game, allowing you to use the previously uncaptured ghost, and because Curse made the game so easy, I essentially used it throughout the whole adventure. The game changed quite a bit after defeating the Elite Four. After viewing the Hall of Fame, which consisted of Ghost and a couple of the Pokemon I used for HMs, the screen cut to black. A box appeared with the words, "Many years later." It then cut to Lavender Town. An old man was standing, looking at the tombstones. You then realize this man was your character. The man moved at only half of your normal walking speed. You no longer had any Pokemon with you, not even Ghost, who up to this point had been impossible to remove from your party through depositing in the PC. The overworld was entirely empty. There were no people at all. They were still the tombstones of the trainers that you would use Curse on. However, you can go pretty much anywhere in the overworld at this point. Though your movement was limited by the fact that you had no Pokemon to use HMs, and regardless of where you went, the music of Lavender Town continued on an infinite loop. After wandering for a while, I found that if you go through Diglett's Cave, one of the cuttable bushes that normally blocks the path on the other side is no longer there, allowing you to advance and return to Pallet Town. Upon entering your house and going to the exact title where you start the game, the screen would cut to black. Then a sprite of a Caterpie appeared. It was then replaced by a Weedle, then a Pidgey. I soon realized as the Pokemon progressed from Rattata to Blastoise that these were all of the Pokemon I had used Cursed on. After the end of my rival's team, a youngster appeared, then a Bugcatcher. These were the trainers I had cursed. Throughout the sequence, the Lavender Town music was playing, but it was slowly decreasing in a pitch. By the time your rival appeared on screen, it was little more than a demonic rumble. Another cut to black. A few moments later, the battle screen suddenly appeared. Your trainer sprite was now that of an old man, the same one as the one who teaches you how to catch Pokemon in Viridian City. Ghost appeared on the other side along with the words, "Ghost wants to fight." You couldn't use items and you had no Pokemon. If you tried to run, you couldn't escape. The only option was fight. Using fight would immediately cause you to use struggle, which didn't affect Ghost but did chip off a bit of your own HP. When it was Ghost's turn to attack, it would simply say ... Eventually, when your HP reaches a critical point, Ghost would finally use Curse. The screen cut to black one final time. Regardless of the buttons you press, you would be permanently stuck in this black screen. At this point, the only thing you could do was turn the Game Boy off. When you play again, New Game was the only option. The game had erased the file. I played through this hacked game many times, and every time the game ended with this sequence. Several times I didn't use Ghost at all, though he was impossible to remove from the party. In these cases, it did not show any Pokemon or trainers and simply cut to the cinematic battle with Ghost. I'm not sure what the motives were behind the creator of this hack. It wasn't widely distributed, so it was presumably not for monetary gain. It was very well done for a bootleg, I'll give it that. It seems he was trying to convey a message, though it seems I am the sole receiver of this message. I'm not entirely sure what it is. The inevitability of death, the pointlessness of it. Perhaps he was simply trying to morbidly inject death and darkness into a children's game. Regardless, this children's game has made me think, and it has made me cry. And that right there is our first Pokemon creepypasta, so let's talk about it real quick. So obviously, it just seems that this game came out before the official Pokemon Black game. So yes, there is an official Pokemon Black game, however that is Gen 5, this is Gen 1 we're talking about. But that's besides the main point. This story, honestly, is one of the more better gaming creepypastas, as it doesn't really use any of the classic tropes. Game breaking the fourth wall, getting this free game in a garage sale, or free game being thrown on the ground. No, this is just simply a hacked game that the author, or I guess protagonist, collected, as it is stated that he is a collector of hacked Pokemon games. Alright, that's interesting. Now, what I like about this story is the fact that that's it. It's just a simple hacked game, a simple creepy experience. There's no paranormal involved, no fourth wall breaks, no hacker or I guess creator of the game worshipping the devil and using the game to summon demons. No, just a simple hacked game, and it does keep you wondering, if this wasn't really for monetary gains, what was the purpose of this game? Was it to convey a message about death, or was it just a fun, twisted way of making Pokemon, I guess, rated R, or, I guess, a little dark? And that whole ending of the part where the main character is thinking about death and now he starts crying, it makes you wonder, did he off himself after the story? Did he become depressed? You wonder what happened to the author. So I do like that. And I also like how the author played through the game many different times, either with using Ghost in certain cases or not using Ghost at all. I do like that this wasn't just a one-off experience, but this was many experience, and the one that we were told was just his first. I do like that. However, my only problem with it, of course, is the generic, I played this creepy game, however I lost it. Which, I don't know, if I were this guy, I would not lose a game like that. That is a game that you especially don't want to lose. And so it also which also leads to my next points. Why is there no screen grabs? Like, really? You didn't take any screenshots or any, video recording of the game? I mean, we only have this image of the game, which I don't know if it's the original image included with the story, but this is what the author claims. Now, of course, is it real? Technically, yes. You can possibly make a hack like this. It is possible. There's definitely tons of Pokemon hacks out there. But this story alone, I don't think it's real. I don't think the story is real. The hack, it could exist again, it could be put onto a cartridge, but the story itself, I don't think it's real. So for me, it's a technically yes. But those are my thoughts on the story. Let me know what you guys think of the video and the story. Link will be in the description below of the original story if you want to read it. And with that being said, don't forget to check out my other social medias. Link will be in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe. Just like the video if you dislike it. And with that being said, I am out.